So today we're going to be talking about potential trades in the WNBA. So this is from Kevin Pelton, 5 WNBA trades we want to see before the deadline. And again, I think maybe we see a few more trades, but I would be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked there's not a single WNBA trade. We've seen one this year. Uno. So, first trade. Fever reshuffle around Clark. The Indiana Fever get Brittany Sykes. Are they giving up Boston? Hines Allen and a 2026 second round pick. The Mystics get Katie Lou, Melissa Smith, Victoria Saxton, and a 2026 first. I'm sorry, in what world did the Mystics make this trade? In what world did the Mystics make this trade? More than half a season to Caitlin Clark's era, Indiana has a better idea of how to build around Clark and fell number one. Boston, floor spacing, quick decision making are important. That has made Smith the number 2 pick somewhat of a tricky fit. Her best skill volume scoring is no longer as effective. As a result, it now be time to utilize her trade value. I don't know what trade value she has. Samuelson is Fever's biggest addition free agency. She's averaged just 5.4 points per game coming off giving birth. This isn't the kind of wing defender Indiana needs alongside Clark. Enter Sykes, one of the best defenders. Sykes is way too good to be in this trade. But Sykes is back in practice, just played a few games. Hines Allen would help the Fever the rest of the way. Hines Allen, they both start. Like, they would come in, Hines Allen would play the 4, and Sykes would play the 3. They both come in and start immediately. And Sykes is barely making more than Katie Lou. And with Sykes and a year of development from Boston and Clark, Fever could hope to send a pick to Washington in the back half of the first round while getting a pick near the top of the second round. In what world are Washington going to suck next year? I'm sorry, in what world are they going to suck next year? Like, if you don't make this trade, you've got Sykes coming back, you've got Shakira Austin coming back, you've still got Dolson, you've got Carly Samuelson coming back, you've still got Ariel Atkins, you've got Julie Van Lowe, you've got Walker Kembro, you've still got Hines Allen. Like, what in what world? And potentially Elena Deladon might come back. Like, she's not that old. Like, she's 34. Elena Deladon, what did she average last season? Did she play much last season? But again, there's no guarantee that Elena Deladon doesn't come back. And also, you've got 2 picks in the lottery. If Atlanta don't come out, by the way, if Atlanta don't, so last season Elena Deladon averaged 16.7 points per game. So if you've got Deladon coming back and you've got two of the top 4 picks, you've got a very high chance of getting the first overall pick in the draft. So what? You might potentially next year go out with Paige Beckers, Ariel Atkins, Sykes, Elena Deladon, and one of let's just say they start Dolson. And then you've got a bench of Shakira Austin, potential future All-Star, Julie Van Lowe, if you can re-sign Walker Kimbrough, and Hines Allen. Like, that's a playoff team. And it's a damn good playoff team. And then also whoever you get in the top 4, let's say Anissa Morrow. Let's just say you get at least Anissa Morrow in there. Or, because you're good for bigs, you're good for point guards. Like, that's potentially a team the Mystics could come out with last year. In what world are they rebuilding? They're just having a down year. I would love this trade, by the way. This makes the Indiana Fever not contenders, but like not that far off it today. But there's no way they're making that trade. There's absolutely no way. Storm add Stevens. Seattle Storm get Azura Stevens. Los Angeles Sparks get Vivians, Mercedes Russell, and a 2025 first. And why would you give up your first? Especially with how good these players are coming in college. We saw it this year. Other than Marquisha Davis, every single first round pick that's playing is like a starter. Every single first round pick that's on a roster is a starter. Or sorry, other than Peely. Other than Marquisha Davis and Peely are starters. You're probably going to get, 9th pick in the draft? Like, that's again where you're in the Malonga sweepstakes. You might get like a Sonia Citron down there. Like, it's not, or Tahina Paupau is going to be there. I think that's worth a bit. Like, Vivian's is expendable. Mercedes Russell is expendable, but it's just, I do think giving up a first as well as that is a bit crazy. Because again, the Sparks are in a rebuild mode. Vivian's is like she's barely playing now that Jordan Horston is starting. But last time Stevens played a bench role, she finished second and 6th player of the year voting with the Sky. Obviously, she's brilliant. But I'm pretty sure she was playing a bench. She was playing a bench role, wasn't she? With at the start of the year, because they were starting Hamby and Brink. Or maybe she was injured, but yeah, if Storm can somehow get Gabby Williams back, I wonder what they do then. Like, do they push Jordan Horston back to the bench, or are they bringing Gabby Williams off the bench? Like, that would be a very interesting thing for what Seattle do there. If she comes in, if Gabby Williams comes in, just get off Vivians for anything. But the Aces load up. The Aces get Azura Stevens. The Sparks get Kirsten Bell, Megan Gustafson, and a 2026 first. Ooh. The Aces have 40,000 in cap room. Make a play for Stevens. The Aces can offer its first round pick. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose a 2026 first round pick as well. It's just because of the Hamby situation. I think if you are the Sparks during this whole thing, I would say it's probably not the best thing to do during the entire crazy out situation to deal with the Aces right now, especially not making the Aces better. I really like Megan Gustafson. I think Megan Gustafson is really, really good. If the Aces, if you're trying to get off Megan Gustafson, Demiris Dantas and a second for Gustafson. Oh, yeah, you might be able to make that trade. You might be able to convince them. I'm trying to think. Could you find some weird way of giving them like Nalissa Smith to get Megan Gustafson? I'd do that. If there's some weird like workaround way that you can give up on Alyssa Smith for like Gustafson in the first. Because they might be like, look, we just need our bench scoring, and Alyssa Smith comes in and is that actual just bench bucket getter. Having played with Parker in Chicago, Stevens could fill a role similar at Las Vegas. Yeah, like she's better than Stokes. She's definitely better than Stokes. Wait, Rachel Banham hasn't even played for this guy yet. Banham moves again. What? Banham, imagine if Banham does not play ever for this guy. Atlanta Dream get Banham. The Sky get like what? You're just getting off Banham to get off Banham. Like, what's the point? She's barely making above a rookie deal. Like, what's the point? She can shoot the ball. Does the 3-point line not exist for Chicago? Unless Chicago are trying to lose games. Unless Chicago are just trying to lose. Like, Banham's a very good bench shooter. If Chicago are trying to lose games, then this kind of makes sense if they're trying to tank and get into that lottery. Otherwise, I don't get this. I really don't get this trade, getting rid of Banham. And then the Wings are going to get off players, by the way. Lou is going to be traded. I would much rather the Fever had Lou than Saxon, because Lou can shoot the hell out of the ball. But no, Lou's gone. Lou is going to be traded because they're not going to... Like, Monique Billings and Odyssey Sims are on hardship contracts. They're going to get rid of 2 players to put 2 freaking starters back in their team. Odyssey Sims has been unbelievable. The Sparks get Lou and a second, and the Wings get a 2026 third round pick. So basically just giving away Lou and a second. Yeah. I think the Wings, by the way, if the Wings can somehow keep Odyssey Sims, Billings, and Satu comes back, and Seegers comes back, they might. It wouldn't be crazy. Would not be crazy to see the Dallas Wings scrape into the 8th slot in the playoffs. I mean, how many games do they need to win? 10 maybe? That's what they have, like 14. They need to go... I wanted to see what the standings are like for Dallas to make the playoffs. So they are 6 and 19, so they play 25. They've got 15 games. I'm going to guess the Chicago Sky go... I'm going to predict they probably go either 6 and 10 or 7 and 9 through their last bunch of games. So you probably need 16 wins maybe to make the playoffs. So you need to go 9. If you're the Atlanta Dream, you've got 16 games to go. So you need to go 9 and 7. I think the Dream have a shot at that. But you gotta go with 15 games left. They need, I'm gonna say 10 wins. Like they gotta go 10 and 5. Like if they don't go 10 and 5, they're not gonna make it. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. They don't have the worst run in. Actually, they do a pretty rough run in. But you just never know. With the Wings team, like a Wings team that's able to start Odyssey Sims, Enrique Gumboale, Satu Sabali, Maddie Segrist, and oh my god, I forgot the centers. I keep forgetting the center's name. Oh my god, the 6'7" center. I think they got Brown coming off the bench, Monique Billings coming off the bench. You've got JC Sheldon off the bench. That's a good team. That's a good team. Like averaging 17.2 points this season. LA is essentially buying up in the 2026 draft using the team's cap space. Yeah, I'd do it. Like, look, I think Lou's out of the league next year. I hate to say it. I really do, as somebody who's been following Lou since she was 18. I think she's out of the league. But yeah, of all these trades, I would love this first trade to happen. But it's not happening. There's a 0% chance you're going to get essentially Brittany Sykes and Hines Allen for Katie Lou and Alyssa Smith. That trade's just not happening.